Hello and welcome to Songs of Hope. My name is Ray Sheets. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. We are going to conclude our series today on songs of thanksgiving. And I can't think of a better song to do than Great is Thy Faithfulness. And it's proof that not all songs come out of hardship or come out of misery. You know, that a lot of times songs like this, the author goes through something significant and goes through something tragic, and it makes him put pen to paper. This song, no, not necessarily. The author's name was Thomas Chisholm, and he admitted that the song came out of his realization about God's morning by morning faithfulness to him for the rest of his life and for his whole life. And sometimes it just takes a little something like that to spark inspiration. And this song has become one of the most popular hymns, I think, in general throughout the church. Just some background on Mr. Chisholm. He was born in Franklin, Kentucky, and he began a career as a school teacher at the age of 16. And he didn't have a high school diploma. He didn't have any advanced education. He just did it. And he ended up teaching at his old country school. So it shows that I guess they figured that, you know what, he seems like he's competent, he can handle this, he's got this, and he was 16. He wasn't even a high school graduate, which is very interesting to me. Eventually he would get saved. So I assumed he didn't get saved. I assumed he wasn't saved at that time, because it didn't refer to him as being saved until after that. But he would become an editor for a publication called the Pentecostal Herald. And then later on, he became an ordained Methodist minister. So his life was really moving pretty quick, it seemed like. It seemed like a lot was going on for him at a real young age. But also seeing that, too, it had to be God that was doing it the whole time. God saw that in him, and he recognized that God knew that he had something special for him, and he wanted to pursue that, which is, to me, very inspiring. I wish we all could do the same thing and do it without reluctance. He also wrote like 1,200 sacred poems, and a lot of those poems eventually became lyrics to hymns. But this one, I think, here is more than likely the most recognizable and the most famous hymn that he ever wrote. There's a passage that I want to read. Comes out of Lamentations chapter 3. It's verses 22 and 23. It says, "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." And just hearing that, especially being in the holiday time, a lot of people don't have that reassurance because they don't know where to find it. We as Christians, we know where to find it. We have reassurance that the Lord is guiding us and directing us and knows where we are. Morning by morning, he knows where we are and knows what we need in our lives. And I'm going to conclude this, like I usually like to do, with reading a verse or two of the hymn that we are discussing. And the hymn, "Great is Thy Faithfulness." "O God, my Father, there is no shadow of turning with Thee. Thou changest not, Thy compassions, they fail not. As Thou hast been, forever will be. Great is Thy faithfulness. Great is Thy faithfulness. Morning by morning new mercies I see. All I have needed Thy hand hath provided. Great is Thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me." And one more verse, I'll do the third. It says, "Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth. Thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide. Strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine with 10,000 besides." And hearing that, knowing in the uncertain times we live in now, you just hear that. It's just strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. It's something that we need to really focus on, saying that, look, we have a hope today. We don't have hope in medicine. We don't have hope in politicians. We don't have hope in anything else. We shouldn't have hope in anything else, because all of them will let us down. The Lord will never let us down. He has our back this whole time. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. It's not just the same mercies, it's new mercies I see. He has a new mercy for us every day. And I am so glad I was able to do this song today, because it speaks to me in a way that I didn't expect it was going to speak to me today myself. But I hope that this is speaking to you today in some way or some form, that the Lord is speaking to you through this, that there is hope for you. There is hope for everything that you're doing in life. You have a God that stays with you morning by morning. And thank you so much for giving me this platform to speak to you today. This is Songs of Hope, coming out of Hope Assembly of God in Malaga, New Jersey. Once again, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me today and my incessant ramblings. As always, please go to Hope Assembly of God YouTube page. Click on that subscribe button. We have so many ministry opportunities there. We have sermons. We have devotional times. We have shows like this, even a couple of fun things that might just happen to show up on there from time to time. But I want to take this opportunity once again. Thank you for joining me here on Songs of Hope. And the next time you see me, we're going to start talking about Christmas carols. And thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.